Hello children, welcome back. Today we are going to do the area and perimeter of a parallelogram and a triangle. How to derive the formula for area and perimeter of a parallelogram and that also of a triangle. So once you derive the formula, we need to memorize the formula also. So let's get started. We start with the perimeter of a parallelogram. Now, perimeter means the boundary, the total boundary of a figure is the perimeter. This is a parallelogram A, B, C, D. Boundary means AB, BC, CD, DA. That is the boundary. So perimeter of this parallelogram, perimeter of the parallelogram is given by sum of the sides. The sides are AB plus BC plus CD plus DA. That unit will give you the perimeter of this parallelogram. Okay. Now to go on to the area of a parallelogram. Remember, perimeter is just the sum of the boundary. Next we go to area of a parallelogram. Area of a parallelogram will be, let us make a parallelogram first. The spelling ink has gone off. Let us make a parallelogram first. So if this is my parallelogram, okay, what is wrong with this? Why isn't it? I hope you can see the figure. This is my parallelogram. Let's name the parallelogram P, Q, R, S. Right? Now, let us draw an altitude or a height or a perpendicular line from S to PQ. So if I draw a perpendicular line, I will get a straight line this way from S to PQ. Let me mark this as X. Okay. Now, cut along SX. If I cut along S, I will get this figure. So what am I getting? This is X, X and P. What do I get from here? If I cut it off, I get a triangle. So the figure that I take out will be a triangle. Okay, this is what I'm getting. Now, this triangle is a part of this parallelogram. It is a part of the parallelogram. So now what will I do is, if I cut it off, I'm getting a figure of this type. Just make the figure. I'm getting a figure of this type. This is here. Okay. This is the type of figure you will get if I cut off this area. So this will be X, this will be S, this will be R, and this will be Q. Okay? When you cut it off, you get that. Now, what I will do is, I will take this triangle and place it out here. Fix it here. So now my figure is one line here. I have a triangle out here. This way. This is my figure. Okay? What do I have here? A straight line. To this figure, I'm going to put this. So I have it here, comes this way, and joins out here. What was this? S, this was R, this was Q, this was X. Now this X has come here also. Okay? So now if you look at the figure, just look at the figure, what does the figure look like? If I don't have this line, what does the figure look like? The figure looks like a rectangle. It looks like a rectangle. Now this, what we had drawn, is the altitude or the perpendicular line, which we usually call it as the height. This is the height. Now if I have the height on this side as well as on this side. Okay? Perpendicular line or the altitude is drawn on the line which is known as the base. So this will be my base. Right? So to get the area of this, now it has become a rectangle. How do I find the area of a rectangle? How do I find the area of a rectangle? It is length multiplied by breadth square unit. Okay? Now, that is the area of a rectangle. This figure, I got it as a rectangle from a parallelogram. So, the area of a parallelogram is given by length multiplied by breadth. What is your length here? Base. And what is the breadth? Breadth is known as the height. So we write it as base multiplied by height square unit. So how do we find the area of a parallelogram? Area of a parallelogram is given by base multiplied by height square unit. Please write the formulas in your classwork book. All the formulae must be written in the classwork book. Okay? So to area of a parallelogram is base multiplied by height square unit. So this is what is important and you must write it down. How we derived the formula, I have shown it to you. So this is the formula that you need to write. Okay? So perimeter of a parallelogram, sum of all the four sides. Area of a parallelogram will be base multiplied by height. Why do we call it the base and the height? The altitude that is drawn is known as the height. We draw it on a line, on top of a line. That line is known as the base. So the height and the corresponding base. This will give you the area of a parallelogram. Right. Now next is area of a perimeter and area of a square. Sorry, of a triangle. First, perimeter of a triangle. What type of a figure is a triangle? A three-sided figure. What is perimeter? Sum of all the sides. Add the sides, you will get the perimeter. So if this is your triangle X, Y, Z, then perimeter of this triangle X, Y, Z will be the sum of the sides, that is XY plus YZ plus ZX unit will give you the perimeter of a triangle. So perimeter of a triangle you can say is sum of its sides. Perimeter of a triangle is sum of its sides unit. That will be the perimeter of any triangle. Take the sum of the sides, you will get the perimeter. Right. Next. Area of a triangle. Now first what are we going to do? We are going to derive the area. Find the area. Right. One thing you should have to remember is, let's take a triangle is a three-sided figure. Now let me take a rectangle. This is a rectangle A, B, C, D. Okay. If I join the opposite points of a rectangle, if I join A and C, the area of the rectangle is divided into two triangles. You get out here triangle 1, this is one triangle, and this is the other triangle. So the diagonal of a rectangle divides the triangle into two parts. That is, rectangle into two triangles, two equal triangles. They are equal because if you cut it off from here and place this triangle on top of this, it will fit exactly. So they are equal triangles. Okay. Similarly, if a parallelogram is also divided by a diagonal P, Q, R, S, then the area of the parallelogram is divided into two triangles. So area of one parallelogram is area of two triangles because it forms two triangles here. Okay. So what I can say is, these are the two triangles, triangle 1 and triangle 2. So area of a parallelogram PQRS is equal to, which are the two triangles that I get? PSR, area of triangle PSR, that is triangle 1, plus area of triangle PRQ, that is triangle 2. So area of the parallelogram is made up of the sum of the two areas of the triangle. Now, if one parallelogram is equal to two triangles, then one triangle, area of a triangle. A triangle means how many? 1. One triangle is just half the parallelogram. One triangle is half the parallelogram, or one triangle is half the rectangle. Okay? A rectangle has two triangles. Two triangles, one rectangle. So one triangle will be half a rectangle. If you look at this out here, the shaded part is only half a rectangle. If you look at triangle part 1, it is only half the parallelogram. So area of a triangle will be half the area of a parallelogram or a rectangle. Half the area of a parallelogram or a rectangle, right? So how do I find the area of a parallelogram? Area of a parallelogram is base multiplied by height. So area of a triangle will be half multiplied by base multiplied by height square unit. So what is the area of a triangle? Is half multiplied by base multiplied by corresponding height square unit. So if the base and the height is given, you can find the area of a triangle. The height of a triangle, I'll give you here. If this is a triangle, height of a triangle is the altitude of the triangle. Altitude is the perpendicular line drawn from any vertex to the opposite side. Drawn from a vertex, if this is P, Q, R and this is X, then PX is a straight perpendicular line drawn on QR. So PX will be the height and QR will be the base. So if the height and the base is given, then the area of a triangle will be half multiplied by base multiplied by height. How we came to this formula, I have shown the derivation of it. Okay. Now using this, so in a nutshell, let me just take it in a nutshell. What is the area of a parallelogram and triangle, as well as perimeter of a parallelogram and a triangle? I will just give it to you in one so that you will copy this out in your classwork books. Perimeter of a parallelogram is equal to sum of its sides. Since it is just addition, it will be unit. Whatever unit is given, you must write the unit. Without writing the unit, your answer will be incomplete. Perimeter of a triangle is also sum of its sides unit. So these are very important formula. How we got it? I have shown you the derivation. Please remember the formula. Now we come to area of a parallelogram is equal to base multiplied by the corresponding height square unit. That is area of a parallelogram. Now, area of a triangle is equal to, triangle is just half the parallelogram, so it is half multiplied by the area of the parallelogram, that is base multiplied by height square unit. Okay, so these are the four formulae which you are going to write and memorize, including what I had given you yesterday, that is to write the formula for area and perimeter of a square and a rectangle. So once you know that, you will be able to do these. Memorize the formula, see how you got the formula, and then use it. Okay, right. Now you will be doing exercise 11.2. Now listen children, exercise till exercise 11.1 we have excluded that is not in your syllabus, so you don't have to bother to go through it. Just see the video, what is given in the video, just revise that a bit. I will also be sending you a PDF of notes related to this chapter in a day or two. Okay, now you will do exercise for your prep. Now I'll write the prep here itself. The answers to it, I may discuss it tomorrow, okay, or in my next video I shall discuss the answers. Your prep will be this. I will be putting it up in the ERP also so that you can submit it. Prep will be exercise 11.2, some numbers 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, the figures are given. Draw the figure and write the formula, work it out. For example, if it is given, a parallelogram is given, height of the parallelogram is given as 3 centimeter. If the base is given as 5 centimeter, you will draw the figure. You will write out here, height is equal to 3 centimeter, base is equal to 5 centimeter, area of parallelogram is equal to base multiplied by height square unit. What is the unit given here? Centimeter. So square centimeter. Base is what? 5 multiplied by 3 square centimeter is equal to 15 square centimeter. This is the presentation how you are going to do sum number 1 and 2. For the triangle also, draw the figure, write down the height, base, write the formula and then get the answer. For sum number 3 and 4, one of them is given. Now if area of a triangle is given, area of a triangle is half multiplied by base multiplied by height. Okay, 2 area is equal to base multiplied by height. 2 triangles, that means area of 2 triangles is equal to base into height. So if you have to find if area is given and any of these you have to find. So you will find, supposing you have to find base, base will be area upon 2 multiplied by area upon height unit. If you are finding the height, it is 2 area upon base unit. This is for your triangle. In a triangle, if the area is given, multiply the area by 2 divided by height to get the base. I'll put it as this only. To get the base. To get the height, multiply by the area by 2 divided by the base, you will get the height. Okay. If it is a parallelogram, area of a parallelogram, if it is given of a parallelogram, area of a parallelogram is base multiplied by height square unit. Now, if you have to find any of them, if you have to find base, it is area upon height unit, only unit now. If you are finding the height, it is area upon base unit. So using these, write this formula also. Using this, you will do sum number 3 and 4. You don't need to make the table. Just mark it as 1. Write what is given. Area is given. Write the area. Base is given. Write the base. To find the height, you write area upon base unit. Divide area by base. You will get the height of the parallelogram. So this is what you are going to do for your prep today. We will check the answers tomorrow or day after, or I may send you the answers. Goodbye and have a nice time.